Alrighty, welcome guys to the first episode of the Chalk Talk Pod. I'm Michael,
I'm Josh.
and what we're going to be talking about is the different sports going on around the different seasons, different games that happen throughout the weeks. Like for NBA, we're only really going to be talking about one game. We'll be talking about different player stats, big impact players from their games. So NBA players, we'll do like one game, and then we'll go over slightly with their other games if they had a big impact. And we're going to be talking over about the NFL MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and Defensive Player of the Year, while then ending with the NBA MVP of the Year.
Alrighty, let's get started. My first game of the week is the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers final from an OT last night. Mahomes had a good game, 293 yards and 3 touchdowns. Probably his best game of the year, wouldn't you say, Michael?
I would say so. No interceptions.
No interceptions. First time.
I did call that last night. No
did.
interceptions.
He was on that.
No interception. I called it. There were a few close ones on that last drive. I'm not going to lie. He really was close.
Baker Mayfield was held mostly in check for the game, other than that last drive where he led a 2-minute drive for the Bucs. Really got to the ball to the wide receivers more.
He definitely pushed the ball downfield.
Yes, definitely.
He was the whole game.
Yeah. Which then took it into overtime. Chiefs won the coin toss. They always win the coin toss, it feels like.
Yeah, it's never a time they lose. And even when they lose, they still win.
Honestly, yeah.
Got to give them their credit where the credit's due.
Yeah. So. Chiefs marched right down, did what they do. Clutch performance from Kelsey, Mahomes, the whole bunch, Kareem, ended up winning the game. For the running backs, Kareem Hunt started off slow first half. I think he only had like 20 or 30 yards.
He only had like 16 through half the second quarter. It wasn't very good.
But the third quarter, after they were down, he had 7 rushes for 47 yards on just one drive alone, which really made the Chiefs take over the game. The offensive line took over the game and just really imposed their will. So he ended the game with 27 carries for 106 yards and a touchdown.
And a second half of performance.
Yeah, and the game-winning touchdown too.
Look at that.
I know, crazy. The Bucs the running backs weren't really a factor. The Chiefs do what the Chiefs do. They have not allowed a 60-yard rusher this year, and no Bucs wide running backs had more than 25 yards last night.
Wow.
And that's Sean Tucker. That's
Rachaad White, and Bucky Irving.
Bucky Irving, man. So that happened. Wide receivers and tight ends. Cade Otton was the guy for the Bucs.
Yeah, I mean,
he had a great game last week with the 2 touchdowns. This week came in. We knew he was going to be the focal point of the offense. We talked about it before.
Oh yeah.
But he had 8 catches for 77 yards and a really good touchdown and a really good throw by Baker on that.
That was a good throw. That was a good route too.
Yeah,
he was wide open.
Wide open. For the Chiefs, Travis Kelce had 14 catches.
It's a bad man right there.
That's career high.
Bad man.
Career high for 100
career
yards.
High?
Yeah.
He got his career high?
That was career high. I looked at it.
Jeez, bro. It's like 11th year. We're still letting him get career high.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep. Just getting the little dumps by Mahomes. And, he had 100 yards, his first 100-yard game of the year.
This is the first time I actually ever saw him run real routes in a game, actually. Every time I see him run a route, it's just something he just drew up on a piece of paper, it looks like.
Question, Michael. Do you think he hits 1,000 yards?
1,000? I personally do not.
I think
with his slow start currently, I don't think he'll reach it quick enough. I'm saying 875.
Okay, well he's at 435 with 9 games
halfway through
to
the
go.
season.
Yeah.
We're halfway through. So we got like 8 games, 9 games.
So if he gets 65 next game, he'll be halfway there with 8 games.
Wow.
So there's still an opportunity.
That's not bad, actually.
He has hit that, 6 or 7 years in a row?
Yeah. I don't think he'll hit it, though. I mean, I feel like with the game DeAndre Hopkins had and the addition of him.
Yes.
And Xavier Worthy still playing well.
Yes.
Kareem Hunt, I mean, who would have expected this? Pacheco's coming back soon, too.
Ooh, yeah. End
Pop's
of the month,
back.
they say. Yep.
Pop's back, yeah. End of the month. He might be back.
Yes.
I'd say 2 weeks, probably. I don't think it'll be next week.
Yeah.
Don't want to rush him. Got to keep him good for playoffs because those are coming.
Yeah. On the topic of DeAndre Hopkins, it's only his second week of with the Chiefs. Got traded midway through the week last week. Didn't play much last week, which was expected.
Yeah,
playing
it's not
2 days.
surprising. I mean, he was only on the team for about 3 days, so
yeah.
got to learn the playbook.
Absolutely, and the Chiefs playbook is it's a monster.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Bucks were actually, I don't know what happened, but I think playbooks got switched up because the plays the Bucks were running last night, it looked like some Chiefs plays. I ain't gonna lie.
For sure. But he did have 2 touchdowns with 8 catches and 86 yards. Mahomes was saying after the game on an interview that he just knew he could win 1-on-1, which
Or 1-on-3, you know?
yeah,
That happened too. 35
what a great
yards down
catch.
the field.
He'll talk about that later. But and then finally, Samaje Perine caught a touchdown. Wasn't much, but was on a broken play.
Was probably the one person I didn't expect to score a
Yeah,
touchdown that whole game.
You know, the third running back on the team, but he is a good receiving back, so that was really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the Chiefs Buccaneers game. On to the next.
Alrighty, my first game of the week was the Denver Nuggets versus Minnesota Timberwolves. This is the Friday night game. So the end score was Minnesota 119 to Denver 116. So my notes about the game: Denver, with 3:30 left in the game, had a 97% chance to win. 97. And after Nickeil Alexander-Walker made a 24-foot three with 2:24 left in the game, Minnesota just started to roll. It was just demolishing.
Mm-hmm.
After that, they went on a 12-2 run to end the game, and Minnesota went on in the last 2 minutes. They went 10-0. So Denver did not score a point. Jokic was held in check. Anthony Edwards scoring 5 of those last 10 points. He ended the game with 29 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and a 3-point shooting percentage of 50, which pretty darn good because he's been talked about so far this season. Hasn't been doing so well. Halftime was 64-61. What a score!
Close game.
Yeah, it was a close game all game. It was a good game.
Those are the good games right there.
Oh yeah. Each team had 2 30-plus point quarters. Really good. Denver came out of the half just absolutely killing them, dropping about 34 points. Minnesota dropped 26, I believe. But yeah, after halftime, neither team slowed down. They came in, just absolutely killed it. Some big performances from that game. Aaron Gordon, man, 31 points, 11 for 18 from the field, and 4 for 5 on free throws. He went absolutely insane, dude. We also had Michael Porter Jr. Hey, MPJ with 26, 4 and 2. Jokic, always double-double, 26, 13 and 3. I mean, you're not really going to get anything else out of. 26, 9 and 13. Sorry, reading the wrong stat. 13 assists. That's insane. Jamal Murray didn't really do anything. Christian Braun
didn't he get hurt?
Jamal Murray was he did get concussion protocol though. So he did play 22 minutes though. In those 22 minutes, he only had 6 points though. So he hit concussion protocol. So he still played a whole half of basketball. But 6 points is pretty pitiful. I mean, but you know,
the other guys stepped up the rest of the game.
Aaron Gordon and MPJ just showed that they can ball too.
Yeah.
Christian Braun, he's been very effective except for that first game. Except for that first game against the Oklahoma City Thunder. You know, we're just too good. Wow. So, yeah, he had 4.
You saw the dunk on Rudy Gobert in that game?
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. 14, 7, and 2 by Christian Braun. He pretty much made Rudy Gobert his son, and then Rudy Gobert proceeded to choke slam him, and Russell Westbrook did not like that.
Yeah, Russ always backs up his teammates.
That's why I love him, dude. Oh, I love him so much.
OKC fan, right?
I miss him. I miss him so much, dude. I wish it was only $4 million. We got $4 million to spare. Bench points for Denver, really nothing. Their higher scorer was Russ with 5, and then he had 6 rebounds and 5 assists though. So his impact was more, not very points wise. More.
What was his plus minus?
It was minus 13. So
it wasn't great.
No, not exactly great. Not exactly great. He did have 1 block and 2 steals though. So defensive player right there, dude. He's always there to back your back, help you on the back. Now some Timberwolves stats. Julius Randle, 23 points, 6 rebounds and 7 assists. That is huge. Rudy Gobert, he still dropped 17 while getting boomed on. He had 14 rebounds, 10 of those being defensive rebounds, 3 assists. I mean, and Anthony Edwards, man, 29 points,
Ant-Man,
4 defensive rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, one block. His plus minus +5. Look at that, dude. That is a bad man right there.
Oh yeah.
7 for 14 on 3, 11 for 23 on field goals. I mean, you can't get much.
Are we saying top 10 yet?
Dude, he's face of the league in the next this year or next year. Or dude, it's happening.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, it's top 10. Yeah, that might come if he keeps playing keeps putting up games like that. He might be, but some players are putting up big games like Tatum. He fixed his shooting. I'll give him his credit. Naz Reid, he also dropped 16 off the bench with 3 blocks. So yeah, and yeah, that was my first game of the week. Oh, Josh, what was your second?
My second was the Cleveland Cavaliers versus Milwaukee Bucks last night.
Oh, that was a good game.
So we were watching this game. The ending was great. Darius Garland started off hot.
He was killing it.
I think he had 15 in the first quarter.
No, he had 15 in the first. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
he was killing it.
Killing it. Like, you don't think of him as the scorer of the team. You think it's Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah. You even got Jared Allen just down low, throwing him some. He was doing pretty well too, actually. Yeah.
It was Darius Garland's night. He was doing it really well. End up getting. I think they were winning by a lot at halftime, but the Bucks came back and scored. Giannis did not play today, which really, you would think
did kill him down low. Yeah.
Yeah, the Bucks would just melt, but they really didn't.
Yeah, the
Bucks came
back.
Bobby
Portis stepped in big.
Bobby Portis did. Dame had 36, shooting the ball ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
he had a 38-footer, which is almost half court.
It's unreal.
Almost half court. Which is crazy. He also brought in 7 assists as well. Darius Garland though ended with 39. Almost had 40 points.
Yeah, 40 points.
40 points is crazy.
That was insane. Like he went crazy in the first half, and then he didn't show signs of slowing down in the second.
15 of 22 from the field, which is really efficient for a guard.
Oh yeah, he was
really efficient.
Oh yeah,
and he was throwing out dimes with 8 assists. So that was crazy.
He threw a few just to Jared Allen did.
Oh yeah, and that was part of the reason the game was close. Is Milwaukee Bucks came back, and then Jared Allen made the play of the game though.
Oh, that block!
Oh wow! End. Dame tried to get a quick 2.
It was a 4-point game, but he wanted a quick 2 with 12 seconds on the clock. Jared Allen said, "Nope, not in my house."
Not at all.
Yeah, he killed it.
So Jared Allen then we had a really good game himself with 15 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 assists for Jared Allen. That's good.
That's pretty dang good. I mean, when you're playing with, even Evan Mobley went crazy. And
that first half, he was really good.
Oh yeah, he was really effective in that first half, defensive and offensive wise. Mm-hmm. And Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. You don't expect someone to. That's a big performance in a team that's jam packed with scores.
Cleveland is now what?
Undefeated, 8-0, 8-0, leading the East. 8-0.
That's really good for Cleveland.
Not really what I expected for Cleveland. They always usually start hot in the year. I feel like Donovan Mitchell just always, every single year, in and out. Whether he was with the Jazz or now with the Cavs. He was killing it. First 10 games of the year, he's always efficient. And then they kind of just mid the rest of the year, make the playoffs,
this year
do something.
Feels different though.
This year does feel different, dude. Darius Garland, he's getting older. He's coming.
Sure, Evan Mobley, Depoy maybe could happen.
He was looking pretty good.
But the other good performers for the Bucks, Bobby Portis, as he said, had 21 points and 18 rebounds.
That's insane.
That's a Giannis stat line.
He made up for the missing of Giannis. He almost had more rebounds and assists than points.
White boy AJ Green off the bench, 7 of 9 from 3 in 34 minutes.
7 of 9.
Yes, and 6 rebounds too. So he was getting down the paint.
He was killing. Oh yeah, he was getting in the paint too.
He also had a 3 at the end of the game, which really didn't mean anything, but it was beyond half court and nailed it to make it a 2-point
game instead of a 5-point loss.
But that was just crazy. What a shot.
It's one of those things where you kind of just chuck it up and you're trying to stat pad, which, hey, I understand that
one. He did, and he played more probably because of that. So.
Oh, yeah, he probably will play more because of that now.
But that's the Bucks-Cleveland game. What's your next game, Michael?
Mine was the Toronto versus Denver game last night.
As you can see, Denver's had a lot of close games.
They've had way too many close games, especially against, like Toronto. You don't think Toronto is a team to hold Denver to a close game and put up almost 120 points. So that's just insane. All right. So, coming into this game, both teams, first quarters, 37-34 with Toronto leading. Oh, my Lord. 37-34. And then you go 27-25, Toronto on top again. Toronto was keeping them in check the first half. Third quarter, each team scored 29. And the fourth quarter is just where it just went down. Toronto, they brought in some subs. R.J. Barrett went out after making R.J. Barrett made a big 3, had some free throws, few minutes later, he came out, and that's where it went down. They went down, and Denver starters absolutely killed them. With Toronto had a 95% chance to win this game with 6 left in the fourth quarter. In the last 5 minutes and 45 seconds, Denver went on a 23-10 run.
Hey, Denver.
23-10.
Who led that run?
Oh wow! Well, it wasn't really anyone leading the run. It was kind of just a multiple players. Jokic. They had everyone was being a team player. It wasn't just one guy. Jokic had 7. Peyton Watson 6. I'm pretty sure Michael Porter Jr. also had 6. So you got 19 points out of that 23 just there.
That's crazy.
There was Toronto was just fouling them too much, just getting too many unnecessary fouls. They kept getting so many free throws. I mean, I think 6. They had 6 points just off free throws. They missed 2.
Yeah.
They missed 2 of their free throws. Jokic missed 1, and Peyton Watson missed 1. So yeah, Jokic. Need I say more? I mean,
3-time MVP.
He's 3-time MVP. I hate that he took it from Shea last year, but wow, man, his
player.
Defensive stats, not there yet. But offensively, he makes up for it because 28, 14, and 13. Are you kidding me?
That's a big guy.
14 rebounds, 13 assists.
Big guy.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, 3rd triple-double of the year also. So, he's averaging a triple-double every 2 games. He played 38 minutes,
he played
most of the game.
He's 1 rebound in one game and 1 assist away in one game from having 5 triple doubles.
Exactly. Yeah, he's very close to doing it in 5 of his 7 games so far.
Which is crazy.
That's ridiculous. I mean, who else starts the year off hotter than that? Aaron Gordon, he was given the green light to play. That ended very shortly. Only had 4 minutes. He did make a very good 3 though. So he doesn't make that 3. They might lose. They're down by 3 right now. So, Aaron Gordon, props to you, man. Unfortunately, cut short. He had a calf strain bothering him before the game. He was able to play an hour before the game started. It's kind of a short notice kind of thing, and then it got stuck. And now, this makes my heart happy, man. Russell Westbrook, bro. Dude, I love you. I know you'll never hear this, but, man, I love you. 27 minutes of play, all right? He got the starting role. Jamal Murray's hurt with concussion protocol. 21 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, dude. Oh my gosh. 5 defensive rebounds, 1 offensive, 1 steal, and 1 block. He did have 4 turnovers, but Jokic had 7, so it's all fine. His plus minus -3. Man, I can't speak about it even more, dude. It was amazing. Yeah, Denver ended up just playing well. As soon as Toronto put in their bench players thinking they were up enough, Denver went in there, started killing it, dude. They were just torching their bench players. RJ Barrett came off as soon as that happened. Russ knew it was time to cook, and Jokic was like, "It's my time, dude." And that's my 2nd game of the week. Do you have one?
I don't have.
All right. Well, Josh doesn't have a 3rd one.
Didn't have one. Couldn't find one.
That's really fun.
No.
I have a 3rd one, so I have an NFL game. So my last game of the week, the Los Angeles Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks. Rams coming away with this one 26-20 in OT. 3rd OT game of this weekend.
7 in total, but 3
7
this week.
in total just in this season, but 3 this week. Half of our OT games have just came in a weekend.
That's fun.
What a weekend for sports, baby.
Oh, yeah.
All right, the QB battle in this game. Holy cow. Geno Smith, I know you threw 3 picks. You might lead the league in picks right now.
He does.
But you also lead the league in yards. And that is because you've thrown 363 yards this game, and you've had so many 300-yard games. Even whenever you're dominating. You killed the Falcons, you still threw like 300 yards. There was no need for you to do that. But you did. All right? 363 yards, 3 touchdowns. Stafford falling 2 yards short of 300 with 298 and 2 touchdowns. He also did throw 1 pick. But
hey, it wasn't 3.
Vintage Stafford here today, dude. Yeah, as I said, Geno, he had trouble keeping the ball out of harm's way. He threw a pick, and the most costly one was his pick 6.
In the red zone.
In the red zone. They were on the 3-yard line. They decided to go for it, and he just chucked it up. And Cam Kinchins, I'm sorry, Cam Kinchins, never really heard of you, bro, but what a play, dude. 103. hey, just the stamina and to have the gas and effort to be able to run 103 yards at full speed.
After covering for that play.
Luckily, DK Metcalf was not playing, so we didn't have to have another DK Metcalf chase down highlight.
Those are crazy.
I don't think Jackson Smith and Jigba or Tyler Lockett were going to do that.
No.
So yeah, but Stafford, he did have a very costly pick though. Right before the second half, 24-second drive, just through one, picked off, and the Seahawks 3 plays, 60 yards, 22 seconds. Jackson Smith and Jigba scored a touchdown, and they went to half 13-3 for the Seahawks. It was kind of a one-sided game, honestly. Stafford kind of just kept in check. The whole Rams team was kind of kept in check first half, but it was insane. I mean, Kyren Williams, he did not score this week.
Really?
Yeah, he did not score this week.
Doesn't he have 8 touchdowns on the year?
He's got a lot. Yeah, it's pretty dang good. It's like 8 or 9. I think it's 8. It's second in the league. Yeah, it's second in the league. Him and DeMont, they're going crazy together. I mean, Derrick Henry, he's on a whole nother level, but he will not be touched like ever. So
it's Derrick Henry, guys.
We call him the king for a reason.
Absolutely.
He's over 30 years old. If I can do what he's doing at 30, oh wow, what a great life that would be. But receiving stats, I mean, we had some good receivers this game. JSN, even though they lost, holy cow, bro, 180 yards, 7 receptions, and 2 touchdowns. This man right here, actually, I asked him if Kenneth Walker would score for the game. He said absolutely, and I was like, I don't know, I'm kind of feeling JSN, dude. I was like, this might be a JSN big game, bro. I was like, no DK. I was like, I feel like Tyler Lockett might score, but I think they're going to have to pass because the Rams, Gerard Verse has been so crazy. Kobe Durant, he's been pretty good nose tackle too. He's been taking on a lot of double teams. No Aaron Donald, but wasn't saying that, but pretty dang good by Kobe Durant. Yeah, 2 touchdowns though by JSN. Tyler Lockett had a touchdown also. 3 for 63, 21 average yards every time he catches the football. That's pretty insane. I mean, when you're doing that at the age of him, what is he, like 33, 32? Something like that. But hey, it is props to him falling down, but I'd be doing the same thing. Don't want to take those injuries, dude. I see some of these injuries.
Has he had a major injury in his career?
He did have one. That's mainly the reason why he does this, but he also wants to be around, so. Yeah.
I remember him back in the Rust days.
Oh, wow, dude.
Him
and Doug Baldwin.
Yep.
Shoot, even Golden Tate was on that team, too.
Marshawn Lynch.
Wow, what a time to be alive.
Oh, yeah.
What a time to be alive. Cooper Kupp, though, he did not score, but he had 11 receptions for 104 yards. He was a big impact in this game,
We do have to talk about what happened with Puka, though.
Oh, Puka. Yes. Almost forgot about that. Puka.
Yes.
Thank God I did not start him in fantasy this week. I mean, DJ Moore was kind of a stinker, and Ladd McConkey did better than him, and Ladd would have won me actually fantasy this week if I started him. Looks like I got to trust the white boy more often, dude. But Puka. Wow, bro.
Keep your hands to yourself, Puka.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I know he's messing with you after the play, but, dude, come on, dude. It's your second year. You got to know things like this are going to happen. You see this all the time. Like, players get upset. You can't just punch someone, bro. I mean, Brian Branch got ejected this weekend too, but I don't think he should have gotten ejected. Bro was just playing football, and league has just kind of gone soft.
A little bit.
But, yeah, Brian Branch made a heck of a play on the ball. I mean, the ball was out of the receiver's hands, but, like, you can't stop yourself when you're running, like, 15 miles an hour, and your shoulder's already down, and you're a yard away. So it's kind of hard to just dead stop. I don't think anyone in the world could really do that. So, and who would have thought? Demarcus Robinson. Again.
What a dog.
Again? Seriously, dude?
Ex-Chief right there.
Oh, wow, dude. He's been going crazy. Dude, wide receiver 3 on the team. Might be wide receiver 2 now, bro.
I think he passed Tutu. Officially.
Oh, Tutu. No, Tutu was just an intermediate player, dude. They just put Tutu in there until Kupp was back because Tutu has not done a single thing, really. Which I feel bad for him, honestly. He was doing really well, actually, in those first, 6 games.
For sure.
He was doing really well. He was averaging about 60 yards a game. Demarcus Robinson, stepping up big, bro. 6 receptions, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the game-winning touchdown. But what a ball by Stafford. 39 yards, just right over Tariq Woolen. Demarcus Robinson looked it over his back shoulder, one-handed, fell into the end zone. Both of his touchdowns were on Tariq Woolen, actually. So
Dang, Tyreek. I thought he
Yeah,
was a top
Tariq's-
corner.
oh.
Apparently not.
he's apparently not against Demarcus Robinson, dude. Demarcus Robinson just killed him.
Killed him.
His first touchdown was like a little 1-yard out route, just an escape route to the end zone. Halftime, already talked about that. It was one-sided with the Seahawks. Second half, Rams just killed it. They drove down, scored Demarcus Robinson's first touchdown. After that, JSN scored his second touchdown to tie the game at 20.
Jeez.
Big touchdown.
Crazy.
And then after that, there really wasn't much play. We just headed into overtime. And as I said, Stafford, beautiful ball, dude. He's still got it. He's leading that team. Hey,
they're still in it with that NL West.
This NFC West is a big. I don't even know. Like 49ers. Currently, right now, the 49ers are actually the
I think
third seed or fourth seed. It's one of those. I don't think they've played the Seahawks yet, but they have played the Cardinals and the Rams, and they have lost to both those teams.
They have.
So
currently in the NFC West, the Cardinals are in the lead.
Yeah, the Cardinals are in the lead because the Bears don't know how to play football. So
we'll get to that.
That hurts my heart, dude. That hurts my heart.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, wow. But yeah, currently the Cardinals are leading the NFC West. Looks like the NFC West has kind of turned into the new NFC South, just a bunch of mid teams. The NFC South is pretty much just being ran by one team, and we all know who that team is, the Dirty Birds. Ain't that right, Kirko Chain?
Absolutely, Kirko.
Alrighty, so those are all our games of the week. After that, we're now going to move into our impact players, and we have 10. We're each going to do 5.
Yep.
We're going to go through our football players first. We have 4 NFL, 1 college, because there was only really 1 college guy that was worthy of this, and then we have 5 NBA players. So we're kind of just going to switch on and off.
Yep.
So you want to start, bro?
I'll go first.
Yeah, you start, bro.
So first person we have here is Joe Burrow, man. What a
Anytime
game.
you throw for 5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns.
That's insane. His second one of the year.
Yeah, he only threw for 250, so he didn't have to throw a crazy amount of yards.
No, he didn't really have to throw
Chase
much.
Brown had a good game.
Chase Brown had almost 100. He had 18 for like 94.
Yeah,
That's
he was
insane.
going crazy. He might be the new running back one.
Well, he definitely is. I mean, Zach Moss, sadly, he's out indefinitely. I'm not sure what the injury actually was. I have not looked into that enough. All I know is he is out. And actually, bringing up news on we'll save that for later.
We'll save
the trades and stuff for later.
But yeah, with 3 carries for 11 yards, he's not much of a runner, but he can escape.
He can whenever he needs to, but he didn't have to. I mean, you're playing the Raiders. You don't have to try very hard.
Good yards per completion, good completion percentage. Always for being
69% completion. That's hey, when you complete over 65% of your passes in a game, almost 10 yards per completion.
You're throwing that thing.
That's pretty good. Averaged almost a first down per completion. I mean, hey, anytime you do that, you're going to be an impact player on this show.
Who's next?
Alrighty, so next, Jackson Dart versus the Razorbacks.
What a dog.
Holy cow. He proved all his haters wrong. 25 for 31. 6 incompletions. That's insane.
Only 6?
Only 6
Well,
incompletions.
how many times?
He threw the ball 31 times and had 25 completions.
That's crazy.
515 passing yards. Yes, you heard that right. 515. 20.6 average yards per completion. 20.6.
Crazy.
He had an 80.6 completion percentage. Almost 81% of his passes were completed. 6 touchdowns through the air. 98.2 QBR. That's ridiculous.
That's good.
And also, on top of that, to lead his team in rushing with 10 carries for 47 yards. I mean, what a performance. Guy. Arkansas fans. I'm sorry, dude, because I didn't think Jackson Dart was like that.
He is.
Apparently he is.
They could make the college football playoff now.
Hey, they have a chance. We have some big games coming. We have Alabama's playing a big game. Who are they playing? I don't remember. I'm not sure. I don't remember who they're playing, but whoever wins that game, it's pretty much a college football playoff matchup. Whoever wins is making it. Whoever doesn't is not in.
We do have to talk about Jordan Watkins, though.
Oh, yeah. We have to bring him up.
The number 1 receiver for Ole Miss.
Oh, wow.
It says here he had 8 catches for 254, but he had 5 of the 6.
5 of the 6 touchdowns? 32 average yards per catch.
Dude, I mean, just getting deep ball after deep ball after deep ball. Man.
That's insane. I mean, even the whole receiving corps for Ole Miss, dude. Almost 3 100-yard receivers. One of them fell 1 yard short with 9 receptions for 99 yards. I mean, Caden Lee, number 19, the wide receiver 2, 5 for 127. Didn't have a touchdown, but still, what an impact, dude. What an impact.
Yeah.
All right, our next player.
We have already talked about him with JSN, man. I mean, when you have 13 targets and catch 7 of them,
Oh yeah, 13 targets.
he was getting thrown out a lot.
He might have solidified himself as now the wide receiver 2. Tyler Lockett might have bumped down, which I think Tyler Lockett might be
I
okay
think
with.
it has been.
I think he's okay with that though, because I think he likes to play in the slot more.
I think once
you got to put. I mean, DK's when you're 6'3", 225 pounds, and you look like that, you're going to be playing the outside. You're going to go against the big corners.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Lockett's going to go cook those linebackers, break their ankles. And again, a lot of linebackers nowadays, none of them are like Luke Kuechly's, dude. None of them are these big run-stopping linebackers. We got no Nick Boltons in the league.
Yeah,
I love Nick Bolton.
Nick Bolton's a dog.
He's probably my favorite Chiefs player, but holy cow.
Yeah.
We got no run-stuffing linebackers anymore. We got all these pass coverage linebackers.
Hey, if Seattle, if they start getting healthy, man, on both offenses side of the ball.
Oh, yeah.
That offense starts to get going, man.
I mean, the NFC West is anyone's game right
Absolutely.
now. Anyone's game.
He also had 25.7 average yards per catch.
Almost 26 yards.
Almost 26 yards per catch. That's crazy high.
That's insane.
And, you know, he was just being a dog the whole game. But
yeah.
Who we got next?
All right, next. Saquon Barkley.
Oh,
bro,
we know him.
Holy moly. Backwards? Seriously?
Yeah,
Hurdled him backwards? Like, I'm mesmerized by that play. You could show me it 10 times, and I'd still be amazed by that. Like, he juked out the first guy, then he spun, and then he turned his head around to look if there was someone behind him, and then looked down at him as he hurdled over him.
Mm-hmm.
You know how risky that is? Someone could have put their shoulder pad right into his ribs, and he's done for the year, but... yeah, as he said in his post-game interview, she literally asked him what was going through your head. He literally just said, I'm just playing ball. So I got to respect that. And when you put up 27 carries for 159 yards, 5.9 average yards per carry, 1 touchdown through the ground, 3 receptions, 40 yards, and 13.3 average yards per catch and a touchdown through the air. I mean... almost had a second touchdown on the ground. That got snaked, though. He stepped out. And, of course, Jalen Hurts had to QB sneak it because they're not creative and they don't know what to call on the 1-yard line. I mean, give Saquon the ball. Give Saquon the ball. Does Jalen Hurts need to run the ball?
No.
What if Jalen Hurts, like, dislocates his shoulder in that? Huh? Mm-hmm. Like, when you had Jason Kelce, it's automatic, and I would obviously do it. But you don't got Jason anymore. Jason's out here living his best life. College game day. He's got his podcast, doing whatever he wants.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's our 4th impact player, and that's our 5th impact player. That's our last football player. Actually, we have. We do have one more.
We have one more.
Yeah,
we have talked about him already, but we might give him some more love.
Oh, we got to give him some more love. I mean,
DeAndre Hopkins, man.
When you're doing this at this age, you're going to get talked about over and over again.
Man, like, what an impact he's going to be for the Chiefs going forward.
Oh, wow. He's going to be insane. With the loss of Rashee Rice, sadly, because Patrick Mahomes thinks he should go make a tackle, which I still think it was really ridiculous of him, because also he did it with his throwing arm. So you got to have more game awareness than that,
he really does.
That was a bad decision by him.
Hey, but the Chiefs 8-0, man, so you can't...
8-0, yeah, you can't dog on him still, though. I mean...
but as we said before... DeAndre Hopkins had 8 catches on 9 targets, so very efficient.
9 targets, very efficient, yeah.
Very efficient. He had...
even with Kelce catching 14.
Yes,
so.
86 total receiving yards and the 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns, though, were third down plays.
Big touchdowns. I mean, when you put DeAndre Hopkins one-on-one with a second-year guy, you got to expect the ball to come your way. That's just bad play by the Bucs.
No secondary
You got to
help.
put Antoine Winfield, like, right there in that hook curl zone to be able to just, as soon as the ball's thrown, just either put a shoulder pad under his chin or pick the ball off, and that's pretty much all you got.
And then he had 10.8 average yards per catch. I mean, that's still pretty good.
Average first down every time he caught the ball.
Pretty much.
It's pretty dang good.
I mean, we got to talk about that catch, though, that he caught.
Oh,
what a
catch.
catch.
Are you kidding me? 35 yards over. Oh, my gosh.
We were shocked when we saw
that. Wow. I don't like all that media attention the Chiefs get. It just gets really annoying sometimes.
It can be, but
wow.
Sometimes it deserves.
That deserves some media attention.
Absolutely.
What ball too? Like that was only where he could catch it. Really.
Absolutely.
I was kind of confused when Mahomes threw the ball because I knew who was down there, and I was like, "Why are we throwing the ball into triple coverage?" And then I immediately just said, "Never mind. You know what? There's a reason why you're getting paid $50 million a year to throw the football. All right, so."
Mm-hmm. Now we should go on to basketball.
Alrighty, so our first basketball impact player, Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama. Sorry, excuse me. I still hate that he took Rookie of the Year from Chet. I mean, he didn't play all 82 games, but whatever. Jason Wallace also played all 82 games, but that's besides the point. Jazz versus the Jazz. I believe this was Friday. Let me double check that really quick. This was Friday. No, it was not Friday.
I think it was Wednesday.
I think it might have been Wednesday. I do not remember.
Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, let me see if I can find this game.
Well, this is the first podcast. We're still figuring out.
Yeah, sorry guys. Sorry for the delay on the games. I think it was Wednesday. It might have been the day before Halloween. I'm pretty sure it was.
I mean, he had a sick outfit on Halloween.
Wow, yeah. I really, personally, I don't know what it was. But,
I mean, when you're that tall and you can do that, you can do whatever.
Yeah, you can wear what you want, wear whatever you want. You're not going to get made fun of.
It was not Wednesday.
Wow. It wasn't, well, it doesn't matter. I think it might have been Friday. But
I think it was Thursday, actually.
Against the Jazz. Yeah, it was Thursday. Against the Jazz. Wow, 34 minutes to play. 9 for 20 on field goals. Pretty dang good. From the field, he shot 45%. Pretty darn good. That's not bad. That's not bad. After that, 3-point shooting percentage of 30.8. Not very good. 4 for 13. But
he was shooting that thing.
He was shooting 13 attempts. That is crazy.
As a 7'5" big guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 3 for 3 on free throws. Automatic from the line.
Absolutely.
25 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists.
That's not all, though.
That is not all, folks. On the defensive end, 5 steals, 5 blocks. His second 5x5 game of his career, which puts him in historic.
It's 2 years, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Think about it like that.
He's done. If he plays 10 years, he'll have 10 of those games. Right now, he's averaging 1 a year. And he'll beat out Dikembe Mutombo for most 5x5 games in a career. All he's got to do is average 1 per year and play 7 years.
Absolutely.
So yeah, but he got put in some big, put with some big names this past week. 5x5, that's insane. I mean, third player to ever do it, have two of those games in your career. That's pretty impressive.
Another thing crazy about that game, it says here his plus minus was 43 plus.
Yeah, that's.
He was on the court. They were winning by 43 points.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's unheard of.
That's
especially when you only score 106
dude.
points.
I don't even know how to fathom that, really.
Yeah, that doesn't seem real.
Nope.
Who's next? Oh,
next one. Yeah, who do we got next? Oh.
I get Darius Garland. I already talked about him.
Already went over him, but I mean,
might as well.
Wow, if you drop 39 and you got Donovan Mitchell on your team, you're going to get talked about too. Like that's
super efficient. I mean, got to be one of the players of the week for sure. Like,
absolutely,
my goodness.
Absolutely.
What a dog, man. But like we already talked about, 39 points, was hot the whole game. Was playing against Dame of all people. Probably even guarded Dame. I don't even know.
I think he was. There were some times where he was guarding him. Sometimes it was Evan Mobley. So
it was probably back and forth.
It was back and forth between two. I mean, it's Dame. You got to put like 3 people on him to stop him when he's making 38 footers.
For real.
And then he's throwing dimes to Bobby Portis of all people. Yeah. So
he had some nice lobs to Jared Allen in the post. I mean, Jared Allen was doing his thing, but yeah. Darius Garland, good game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Who's next?
All right, our next player. 15 in the fourth, Kevin Durant. Man, holy moly, dude. I didn't really think you were gonna do much last night, but 15 in the fourth quarter. Wow. He had 39 minutes of play. Slim Reaper, dude. Still a snake though. Still a snake. I will never forget that. Never forget that. Even though it's been 8 years, so.
Man, he's been that long.
It's been about 7 or 8 years, dude. I still reminisce about that 2016 season.
That's when he started watching basketball right there.
3-1, dude. How do we lose that? Up 3-1? Are you kidding me? But back to his game last night when he plays for the Suns right now. 39 minutes of play, 14 for 20 from the field, shooting percentage of 70 from the field. What a game. And 2 for 5 from behind the arc. I mean, 40% for 3, that's fine, but not the greatest, but
no.
Hey, you still had a big impact. He ended the game with 35 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, even a block. So all of his rebounds were 4. 4 defensive rebounds, 5 for 5 from the line for free throws, automatic from there. I mean, he's had a lot of time to practice those in these years. So
They ended up winning that game, too, because of that.
oh, yeah, they ended up winning that game by 2. Big game to win, too. The Sixers, 1-5 in Paul George return. Yeah, Paul George did return last night. He didn't do much, but
He returned.
hey,
He's playing.
15 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. 4 assists, excuse me, and 1 steal. +3 whenever he was on the court, though. So his field goal percentage, 4 for 14, not very good. Kevin Durant, when he was on the court, +9. So, wow, you were winning. That's insane. Yeah, they are also now 6-1. 6-1. So
I think that's top 2 in the West.
It's
How with the Warriors? 6-1.
Yeah, it's 2 and 3 are the Warriors and the Suns. 1, obviously, best team in the West, baby. Best in the West. OKC 7-0. Killed the Magic last night. Even if they had Paulo, we still would have beat y'all by 15. So, but yeah,
had a better game.
but yeah, Kevin Durant. Wow, what a game last night, man. Now our second to last player, all you, bro.
Anthony Davis, man.
Jeez, what a bad man.
He's played like a different guy this
What
year.
a bad man.
Different guy. Even though he might be hurt. We don't talk about that yet. Anthony Davis, 14 from front of the field, just like Kevin Durant. Didn't shoot a 3 this game, but did fine.
That's fine.
But he was shooting really efficient from the free throw line, 10 of 11. Crazy. But he had 30.
10 of 11?
10 of 11,
attempts.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
They just could not stop fouling that dude.
Nope.
That's a bad decision. And
Yep.
he had 10 of his points were just, wow.
But he had 38 points. He leads the league in points per game right now. Which you didn't think Anthony Davis would do that. But
I didn't think Anthony Davis would be doing that currently.
Games. There's 7 games. He also had 11 rebounds, double-double, 2 assists, and then defense side of the ball. 3 blocks and 2 steals. I mean, what else do you want from that guy?
Wow.
I mean, crazy stat line, you know.
Offensive and defensive.
Offensive
just absolutely masterclass,
crazy.
dude.
So, yeah. Who's the last guy we got on?
All right, our last guy, Karl Anthony Towns versus the Heat. This game was last Wednesday, I think we said it was. Last Wednesday. So this was a while ago, but it was just, I mean, we were kind of looking last night, going over, it was late, looking at impact players, looking at who did really well this past week. Karl Anthony Towns really stuck out. 39 minutes of play, 17 for 25 from the field, 68%. That's good.
That's good
pretty
for
good.
a big guy.
Pretty good for a big guy. 4 for 5 from 3 too.
Hey,
4 for 5, 80% from 3.
Bona fide the best shooter, big guy shooter of all time.
Oh yeah, hey, there's a reason why he's got the 4th most threes by a 7-footer all time.
And he won a 3-point contest.
Exactly. Look at that. After that, 6 for 6 from the line, 100% on free throws, 44 points and 13 rebounds and 2 assists. So big double-double out of him. And they ended up winning this game against the Heat mainly because of him.
I believe other than Paulo last week, that's the biggest game points-wise this year.
Yeah, that was the biggest game points-wise this year.
Yeah.
Besides him, yeah. So far, pretty sure those are our 2 highest. I don't remember what Paulo had. What did Paulo have?
He had 50, remember?
He did have 50. He dropped 50. A 50 bomb.
Yep.
So it's incredible, though. We already have 50 through. We're not even 10 games in.
Yeah, we've had
Someone's already dropped 50? Shoot,
Sports
someone going to drop 75 this year?
Who knows?
Maybe Luka dropped 70 again.
Devin Booker, man, you know.
Oh, D-Book. Klay Thompson reemerge. Maybe he'll go crazy.
Yeah.
That was a good joke. There ain't no way he's doing anything.
Yeah. All right, now we're going to go on to some news. Let's go on to some trade talk.
Go into like some stuff that's happened the past 24 hours. Trades. Zadarius Smith is now a Lion. Why? Why? Did you really need to get better? Did you really? I mean, even without Aiden Hutchinson, you guys are still winning it. Did you really need him?
They did, apparently.
And the fact you only gave up a 6th rounder. What are the Browns thinking?
Not much.
I mean, Amari Cooper just went away. Zadarius Smith just went away. Are they tanking?
Yeah, I think so.
Dude, it's tank season, I guess, for the Browns, man.
16 again. They did beat the Ravens, though. That was a big game.
Beat the Ravens, yeah. Jameis Winston, I said to start him. He started 1 game, and I didn't think it was going to go off because with this 3 touchdowns, he also had 3 interceptions. So looks like another 30-30 year for Jameis Winston.
Jameis is always getting his picks in.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know that.
Oh, yeah. He's got to throw some picks.
Yeah.
As many touchdowns he has, he's got to throw an equal number of picks.
Talk about the Bengals player, man.
Bengals, with Zach Moss out, they did just trade for Khalil Herbert, so the Bears have moved off from Khalil Herbert.
How do you feel about that?
I'm not upset with this move. He's been a very good like player to add in ever since Dave Montgomery left.
Yeah.
That still haunts me too, because now he's beating us with another team,
Yeah.
and he's only getting paid like $7 million a year.
Yeah. Which is less than DeAndre Swift,
shut up.
I think.
Yeah, I'm aware. But DeAndre Swift, hey, he's been a very good impactful player.
He's been good. He's
been very good. 4 rushing touchdowns for 4 games.
Yeah.
He emerged after about the first 3 weeks.
How do you think?
But Khalil,
yeah,
I'm not mad about it. I mean, we got a 7th rounder, so I feel like we maybe could have tried for a 6th. But I mean, Roschon Johnson, 2nd-year player out of Texas. I mean, I love him. He's our big power back. He's receiving sort of, but he's our big guy. DeAndre Swift, he can be more agile and elusive. Roschon Johnson, he's better, I feel like. Just on the ground and pound game,
Definitely.
dude. What else was new? I mean, Cowboys fans, sorry. Dak is now placed on IR, so he's out at least 4 weeks. CeeDee Lamb's looking like a week-to-week basis with his shoulder. It's not looking so good, though. I mean,
Cooper
some
Rush
people are saying
start?
I think you are. Maybe start Trey Lance. Hey.
Oh,
maybe start
okay.
Trey Lance. Maybe it's full tank season for the Cowboys.
Coming back with Trey Lance.
I mean, their biggest problem is they did just sign Dak to that big contract, didn't they? So
big old contract.
The one player that didn't sign that was Micah Parsons. So, hey, head on to Chicago, baby. Head on to Chicago. You know you really want to. Hey, we got money. We got $40 million in cap right now, dude. Like, come on down. Yeah, it's great. Come on up, actually, technically.
Well, Jonathan Mingo got traded to the Cowboys.
Yeah. So,
actually.
Cowboys fans, you did get a wide receiver 3. I personally
Technically,
think
he's a 2 right now. Or is he even maybe the 1, man?
Not really sure, because I think Brandon Cooks, is he still alive?
He is still alive, but he's getting old.
He's aging. He's aging like fine wine, though. He's still playing somehow, like his 5th team, still playing somehow. He'll probably just want to take himself out of the season with Trey Lance or Cooper Rush at quarterback, though. So it looks like a Jonathan Mingo legacy season for the rest of the year. Yeah. Ezekiel Elliott being scratched this past week, too. So Rico Dowdle and Dalvin Cook leading the way.
Dalvin on another team.
Yeah, well, I actually did not even know he was there until not this week, but the week before that. I had no idea he was a Cowboy, actually. I noticed that whenever I was watching the game, and I said, I didn't know Dalvin Cook was a Cowboy. Apparently, he
is.
He plays for Dallas now, so that's kind of ridiculous. Didn't see that happening. What else was new?
News? Joel Embiid's still out, you know.
Joel Embiid.
Pushing reporters.
Hate Joel Embiid. I personally just don't like him. I can't stand him. Big player during the regular season, but if you want to be great, you got to be good in the postseason.
Yeah.
Never gone to the finals. I mean, that's ridiculous, dude.
And he's got the team this year to do it, so come and play, Joel. Come on, man.
Yeah, why don't you play, bro? I mean, your spot's going to get taken.
Yep.
So that's pretty much all the news. Yeah. Recent news. Actually, Dennis Allen was fired.
Oh, yeah.
Dennis Allen fired.
Dennis Allen,
not fired. Surprised, really, by that.
No.
Some hot seat coaches. How about we give our 3 hot seat coaches? Top 3 hot seat coaches right now. No particular order, just 3 that we really think are going to be in the hot seat.
Oh.
I'll lead it off for us. I got a good list, I feel like.
You've been thinking about this, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. Well, because one of them is my own coach, Matt Eberflus.
Oh.
Dude, it's not looking so good. You look good with the beard, but the season's not looking so good, homie. We needed to win these past 2 games. And with the Cowboys, just throwing it all in the tanker, it was really looking good for us to have a playoff spot. If we would have beaten, because we already beat the Rams, and we would have beaten them out for a playoff spot if we would have beaten the Cardinals. Yeah. And if we beat the Commanders, we'd be 6-2 right now.
Hail Mary.
We'd be 6th in the playoffs right now. Yeah. We'd be 6th in the playoffs. Or,
because you'd be tied with the Vikings.
Or no, we would be maybe 7th. We might be 7th because the Packers and the Vikings both killing it. And the Eagles are now emerging. So you'd have all your division leaders. And then I think it'd be the Eagles, Bears, Vikings.
Yep.
That's where it comes down to. The Eagles, the Packers, the Vikings, and the Bears. We have. I think it's slim pickings for us to make the playoffs this year, but I'm hoping for a winning record.
I got a name myself. You know, people are talking about it, but Mike McCarthy, man.
Oh, yeah, I agree. He was one of mine, too. Wow.
He should.
It's, I think he needs to lose his job. No offense, but, dude, he's not looking so good. Not looking so good.
I don't think he's head coach Ontario.
No, I don't think he is either.
Yeah. And what about the Raiders head coach?
Antonio Pierce, I don't know. I feel like
There's
the
2 and
Raiders
7.
head office though also just kind of sucks.
They did just fire their OC. So
Yeah, they did just fire Luke Getsy, which I think was a good choice because
Good
the
player.
Bears once had him, and you never want that guy on your team. Who else are we thinking? Sadly, I really don't want to admit it, but I think Doug Peterson's on the hot seat. I like Doug Peterson as a coach. I don't think he's a bad coach. I think Trevor Lawrence has just not been playing a great year this year. You also just traded your left tackle to the Chiefs. No, to the Vikings. They traded him to the Vikings. Thinking about Jawan Taylor. They traded him to the Vikings for not much that I remember. So, yeah, it's not looking so good. So it looks like they're just going to try to tank, get a good first round pick, top 10 pick.
I have a hot one.
Who?
Mike McDaniel.
Mike McDaniel. Wow.
It's not been talked about, but they're 2-6. Like
6. They do kind of suck.
can't do anything without Tua.
No. I mean, the team can't do anything without Tua either, though. So his game plan is really around Tua.
If Tua would stop getting concussed, man.
Yeah, if he learned to just slide, maybe.
And not get brain damage.
Yeah, maybe like think about retirement, bro.
Yeah.
If this year doesn't go the same way, I think maybe it's time to just hang up the cleats. And Tyreek Hill, I think it's time for you to just go to a different team.
Back to the Chiefs, man. Come
Sure,
back,
bro.
Come back.
Go ahead. I really could care less.
We don't miss you.
I really could care less. Yeah, those are kind of my hot seat coaches.
Yep, same.
All right, now we will go into our last section. Talk about the NFL MVPs, Offensive Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL, and then we'll go to an NBA. For the MVPs, I only have 4. He'll do 5. Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, and NBA MVP. We're gonna give our top 3 votes. Doesn't have to be a particular order, just who we think really is in the race right now for the first half of the NFL season and almost 10 games of the NBA season.
Well, who's your first MVP guy for the
My
NFL?
first MVP guy for the NFL? Gosh, dude. It pains me to say this, but when I looked at the stats last night, wow, I didn't realize the margin. Lamar.
Back-to-back MVP.
Wow, bro.
Is he
I don't think he will.
Yeah,
he won it last year.
Yeah.
I don't think he will, but what a season you're having, dude. I mean,
deserves it more
leads
than
the
last
league
year.
in QBR, second most passing yards, 20 passing touchdowns. He is proving his haters wrong.
Only has 2 picks.
Only 2 picks also. That's pretty dang good.
And the bonus side with Lamar, obviously, is his rushing. He's got 500 yards right now.
Yeah, 500 rushing yards. That team collectively has 1,500 rushing yards.
At least.
About there. It's about maybe 1,600 with Justice Hill.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Who's yours?
My first guy's Lamar, too. I had to do it. I mean, crazy game. You talked about him, but I'll go to my second guy, Josh Allen.
Oh, you have Josh up there.
Josh at 2,000 yards. I mean, he's also leading this team to 7-1, guys. Come on. 7-2, sorry.
No one really expected. I personally did not expect this. Actually, I predicted the Jets as the AFC East winner. So, Aaron Rodgers, you're making me look like a fraud.
His complete percentage is a little down, but he's also got 17 touchdowns with those 2 picks and got 3 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's doing real good.
Who's your second guy?
My second, I put Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, 2 passing touchdown games. One of those against Lamar. Almost won that game.
That game was a heck of a game.
Defense couldn't step it up, though. Went to OT. He's 4th most in passing yards in the league. He also has 20 passing touchdowns. Second in QBR behind Lamar. Barely behind him, though.
Barely.
That's really what I had to say on him. But, yeah, Joe Burrow, what a season you're having, dog.
He's also my third guy. So, we're thinking
Your
the
third
same
guy?
thing.
Mine's Josh Allen is mine. So.
I mean, it's best guys in the league, man. So,
it's
slim
top
pickings.
3. Yeah, slim pickings.
Yeah.
There's been some dominant dudes and then some dudes that are kind of just in there.
So my 4th guy is actually Kirk Cousins.
Kirk.
He
He's
is like,
I
believe he's 3rd or 4th in passing yards.
I believe he's 3rd. Yeah, he's 3rd.
Yes, he's right around there. 17 touchdowns, just like Josh Allen. He has more picks. Had a slow start, 7 interceptions.
He
doesn't really run the ball, but he is taking
He's
over
killing that
Atlanta.
team. He's
Yeah.
he's leading that
Atlanta
team to a
loves
playoff
him,
team.
Oh, absolutely. So
Atlanta loves him, and he loves Atlanta. So
and then who's your fourth guy?
my fourth, I have Derrick Henry. I
Dude.
mean, when you have 1,000 yards through 9 games, 168 carries, 1,052 rushing yards, 11 rushing touchdowns, 6.3 average yards per carry.
Yeah.
If you can average over 6 yards per carry through a year, that's pretty impressive.
And
11 touchdowns through 9 games. He's on pace for like 23. 23?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
And he has 2 receiving touchdowns on top of that, as
Exactly.
not known as a receiving threat. So
Not at all. Nope.
Like, if
not
he could
not really ever.
end the season with 25.
I think he
scrimmage
could end this.
touchdowns.
I think he could end the year with 25 total
That's MVP
touchdowns.
category right
That's easily offensive
Yeah.
player of the year, MVP, top 5
there.
at
For
least.
sure. He is my current 5th guy. So
Mm.
that's my top 5. Okay, who's your first offensive player of the
My
year?
offensive player of the year.
We just
as I
talked about him.
as I just said, Derrick Henry. So we
Yeah,
don't really got
mine
to talk
too.
about him.
Mine too. So we're not gonna
Yeah.
talk about it. What a guy. What a dog.
Yeah.
Who's your second?
My 2, Saquon Barkley, bro.
Also my second.
Saquon.
Also.
Yeah, he's.
Pretty chalk right now.
Oh, wow. I mean, he's putting up a year with the Eagles. Wow. He's got 925 rushing yards, 157 carries, 6 rushing touchdowns, almost 6 average yards per carry. And through the air, 20 catches, 146 receiving yards, 7.3 average yards per catch, and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mhm.
One of those coming last week, and the other one was from week 1 with his first 3 touchdown performance of his career.
They've easily been the best 2 running backs in the
Oh,
league.
wow.
Not even close.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's
Yeah.
no one else touching
He's
him currently.
Second, my guy
There's a
too.
big gap between him and the third guy
I
with the
think
most
it's
yards.
Jordan Mason.
It's about like 300 to 2 to 300 yards.
Yeah,
It's
for
a pretty
sure.
big gap.
And then third guy, I think we both have the same guy. We're pretty washed over here. Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, it was between him and Jamar, and then whenever I looked at the stats, I had to go with JJ.
You know, just a
48
more consistent guy. I
48
think.
catches, 783 yards, 5 touchdowns. Not the most receiving touchdowns. Jamar did have more, but I mean, JJ. When I look back at his games, dude, like this past game, no touchdowns, big impact still.
136 last game.
130 in the Jets. He had a good game. The Lions. He had.
He doesn't
he had
have bad
85
games.
yards. No, he always has over 80 yards. And 16.3 average yards per catch.
Yep.
Every time he catches the football, he averages about
Mhm.
16 yards. This is where it gets good. This is where it
the
gets
deep
good.
play. Okay.
This is where it gets good. Our
Yep.
defensive player of the year.
Yep.
for the
Who is your
NFL.
one?
My one. Wow, this literally changed before we started recording. I hate the Packers, but Xavier McKinney, bro.
Number
Wow.
one.
Xavier McKinney. When
Number
I looked
one.
at these stats, 42 total tackles as a safety. 9
pretty
games
good.
through. You can almost be almost at 90 for a year. That's pretty darn good for a safety.
See if he gets to
A
100.
free safety.
See if he gets to 100.
100. Oh, that might be. That's where he's pushing actual defense player of the year.
Yeah.
1 sack too. Not really heard of for a free safety out of a sack, unless you're like Ed Reed or Brian Dawkins.
Yeah.
1 fumble recovery, 6 picks, and 7 pass deflections, bro.
Doing great.
Oh wow, 63 actually return yards on his interceptions.
And
Insane.
it's unheard of for a safety to win Defense Player of the Year. So
It's
I mean,
not. I don't.
Who was the last one? Troy?
He might have been the last one.
I don't even know if he did it.
I'm not sure if he did it. I don't know if anyone has ever done it, but
Hey.
if I could think of anyone to do it, it would have been him.
Yeah, for sure. My one, Dexter Lawrence, man.
Oh,
In the
yeah.
middle, 34 tackles, but he's had 9 sacks and 7 tackles for loss
he's insane.
with the 1 pass
and a pass
deflection.
deflection. Yeah, he's
Just-
my 2.
Yeah, no one's getting through him in the middle.
He's my
man.
2. I mean, hey,
Crazy.
like the reason he's up here. I mean, when you're putting up those numbers, 34 tackles, 9 sacks, you're averaging a sack a game.
Yeah.
Only other person to
As
lead,
a big
only
guy.
other defensive tackle to have a defense player of the year was Aaron Donald.
Yep.
So, but right now, like Dexter Lawrence, like dude, you're killing it.
Yeah.
Like when you're doing this with the supporting cast of bringing in Brian
Oh.
Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau's having a year.
Yep.
When Kayvon Thibodeau and Brian Burns are on
Best
there,
D-line in the league.
even
man.
even Azeez Ojulari,
Best D-line in the league.
I think top 3 easily.
Easily.
Azeez Ojulari is looking like a dog.
Absolutely.
Brian Burns. I mean, when you're doing that with those 3 dudes, it's hard to not put you up here
For
in this
sure.
list. Who's your 3, bro?
Well, actually, I got to go to my second.
Oh, okay.
This really is a stem off of last week, or this last game,
Mhm.
but Trey Hendrickson. He's only got 25 tackles, but has 11 sacks. League.
Over 1 a year.
Yeah.
One
And
game, I mean.
He had 4 versus the Raiders last week.
4.
4.
I don't know who the
That's-
Raiders' left tackle is, but
It's not great.
Yeah, they might want to reconsider about starting a different guy.
Yeah, he also has 11 tackles for loss and a forced fumble with 3 pass deflections. So
3 pass play. That's pretty good, actually.
He's batting those balls down. Who's your third guy, man?
My third, Fred Warner.
Same
Dog.
here.
What a dog.
Fred Warner.
As soon as I thought of Depoy, my brain immediately went to him and Dexter. 66 total tackles through 9 games. That's unreal. 1 sack, 4 forced fumbles.
As a linebacker, when you're punching the ball out,
Dude.
Felt like he had one every game the first 5 weeks, man.
Dude, he is the best linebacker in the league. It's between him and Roquan, and he takes it because Roquan, I love him, former Bear. His pass coverage is nothing like Fred Warner's, dude.
Nope.
Oh my gosh, 2 interceptions, a big pick 6 against the Patriots to win them that game, and 6 pass deflections.
6 pass deflections,
almost as much as Xavier McKinney.
Yep.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a year by Fred Warner currently.
Yeah. We're having a great time in sports, man.
Oh yeah, dude.
Great time of year, man.
It's a great year of sports right now.
Something I forgot to mention
We
was
had a long time to go.
NCAA basketball started last night.
Yes, it did. We had a big dominant win by Gonzaga. We
But
watched that whole game.
Of the play of the game.
Oh wow,
DJ Edgecombe.
Edgecombe. Oh, you didn't have to do it to him. To Joe Few.
Joe Few, my Few's son came in the game to play.
As I said, he should have made a business decision. He either should have just stepped out of the way or took the charge, bro. You got to stand your ground, get stiff, and just sit there.
Yeah, Sports Center
Make
top
him create
10,
the contact.
Sports Center top 10.
Sports Center top 3.
Yeah,
all right?
Probably. What a dunk, man.
That's his son now. He just
For
there's no birth certificate or adoption papers that have to be signed over. He owns you now. That's how this really works. He just completely put it on you. He made up for Baylor's all mistakes with that one dunk, even though they lost by over 30 points.
Yeah,
biggest loss of their career, and Gonzaga's biggest win of their career, actually,
versus
in program history versus an AP poll team.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
Yeah. Now,
for our final segment,
NBA MVPs, guys.
All right,
I'm gonna go first.
We'll give our 1, 2, and 3.
My number 1, Anthony Davis, man. Lakers would probably have 1 win without him.
Absolutely. I agree.
You know, LeBron's getting older. He's not washed yet, but LeBron, I could see a little bit of wear and tear now.
A little bit of aggression.
But
his shots, his 3-points are not looking too hot, bro.
Yeah. But, my goodness, J.J. Redick has unlocked Anthony Davis.
Unlocked him. He's insane right now.
He's just focal point of the offense, and no one cares. I mean, he's got 32 points, leads the league, as I talked about
32
earlier.
points as a big.
Yep, 11 rebounds per game, and then a steal and a block a game, which is 4 double-doubles. Playing unreal.
Yeah.
Who's your 1, man?
That's him. That's him.
AD.
Yeah, I mean,
when
you're doing that, as a big,
we love to wash things around here.
It's really hard to deny those. Those are straight facts. It's really hard to deny those.
Yep. Who's your 2?
My 2 is Jokic, as I can see the same as you.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're averaging literally a triple-double a game, you're going to be in talks.
Yep.
Through 10 games. I mean, I know we're only 8 games in, but when you're still averaging a triple-double through 8 games, and 3 of those games you've only actually done a triple-double, incredible.
I think he had 1 game, he had 18 rebounds and 16 assists.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it was insane. That was a crazy game.
Close to 2020.
When you're averaging 30 points, 54% from the field, and
53% from the
almost the same 3% shooting as he is from field goals.
That's good.
Almost 13 rebounds and just over 10 assists a game,
and
1 steal and a block game. Mm-hmm. So that's I did talk about his defensive game, but
wow, what a man.
Who's your 3, bro?
6 double-doubles, 2, and 3 triple-doubles, man.
Who's your 3?
I had to go Giannis. 31 points, been carrying the Bucks, I think. Even though they're 1-6. That doesn't show the record.
It's not a hot year for him so far.
Yeah, but he's got 12 rebounds to go along with that 31 points, 6 assists, so he's diving it, and 6 double-doubles. He's a 30-point game guy every night and 12 rebounds. 30-12 every single night, and man, one of the best players in the league.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. As much as this pains me to say,
we talked about this earlier.
I would love to put Shea on this list. Wow. I mean, people can say whatever they want when he's only averaging 25, 6, and 6, but name me another point guard that's getting you 4 blocks and 2 steals in a night. I mean, not very many other point guards are doing that. I don't think another point guard is doing that, really. I mean, there's no one else. No, not at all. I mean, the only other guy to really do that was Russ whenever he And look what team he played for when he did it. So obviously
It's a Thunder thing.
it's just the team, dude. But like people can say he's not going to be in there. I think he's an honorable mention, easily 4, very close to 3. When you're only dropping 25, 6, and 6, I don't think it's good enough. But he's doing it with a very good supporting cast, though. So I think his numbers actually represent how good the team is, though.
Absolutely.
But the guy I have taken the 3 spot. I didn't believe in you in the start of the year, bro. Jason Tatum. I really thought you were full of crap whenever you said that you fixed your shooting.
Jaylen Brown took your Finals MVP.
Well,
so
the reason I really thought he didn't fix his shooting is because he didn't have much of an offseason. He played as long as you could.
Yep.
The only other thing he could have done for the NBA season is play a full 7 games
and he played in the Olympics, dude.
Exactly. He had he ended when? In like June for the finals. He won the finals in June, played the Olympics in July.
Yep.
And then the Olympics went for about a month?
And,
about a few weeks.
It was like the beginning of August when they stopped.
Beginning of August. So he played for about 3 weeks. So from only August to just about 3 weeks ago, he only had time to perfect his shooting. But I guess all that time on the bench in the Olympics really actually did help because he did fix the shooting in the Olympics.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he didn't look so hot in the Olympics.
No, he did not.
He finally realized it's a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I mean, you're playing really well.
What's the stats like right now?
48% from the field currently, 35% from 3. That doesn't do him justice. I personally don't think it does because he's like in the games where he's had really big impacts. 30 points a game currently. 2 steals a game, almost, and half a block a game, 5 assists, 7 rebounds, 7.4 rebounds per game average, 6.8 defensive rebounds, and a 78% free throw percentage. What a year, dude! I gotta give you your props.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Overall, great week of sports.
Overall,
basketball,
great week.
Football.
Excited for what this next week brings us.
Some great college football games.
Oh yeah,
college basketball games.
Yeah, we got college basketball. We got 4 different sports to cover now, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna be busy.
Growing economy.
But they're coming out for you guys.
Yeah. Sadly, this is the end of our first episode, but it's not the only episode. You will have another one next week.
Hopefully, yes.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. If you want to comment any things that you think we could have done better, or any things that you think we could do and that we could have added, please do. And if you have any hateful comments, please just keep those yourself because there's no real reason to do those.
Nope.
So, yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys once again.
See ya.
See ya.